Okay, well, we're live on Twitch anyway. Let's see where we are on YouTube. Looks like we're good on YouTube too. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Should be starting any second now. Yep. Okay, hey everyone. This is GeoWill from Productions², and I thought about doing something. We're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna do something a little bit different tonight. We're not gonna do anything in a while. That wasn't supposed to happen. We're not going to do anything with OV or KSV or anything like that. Do something different tonight. I thought about doing... oh, come on, you son of a... There. All that just to move the friggin' scroll bar over. I thought about doing Farming Simulator 2017, but that seems a little bit too mundane, I guess. I don't even know. It just seems a little too... too dry even for my standards. So instead we're gonna do Screeps. So I think a while ago, I don't know, like a year and a half, 2 years ago or something, I did some streaming for Screeps. Maybe it was earlier than that. Maybe it was this last year. I can't remember. It's been a while though. And I figured, you know what, let's get in here, see what kind of changes they made, and see if I can remember how to do this stuff. So for those that do not know, Screeps is a it's kind of a program. It's an actual honest-to-God programming game. It's not one of these like games like If True Run or whatever the hell that one is. Learn, I guess, or stuff like that. Where it's just like visually putting stuff in. You're actually writing code in this game and like programming AI basically. So for what we're looking at here, I'm on my private server that I have running right now. Eventually, I'm probably going to start running it off of, well, probably this computer once I get the new one eventually, but I'll start running it off of the LMPGames server eventually. It's actually been down for quite a while because I have to fix, I think there's like a fan or something that's really jacked up. It might be a video card fan, but it makes this horrendous hissing sound whenever it's running, so I figured I wouldn't run it. But so this is the private server I'm running on locally. Each of these is a room that you can take control over, and what I'm looking for right now is just a room that has two of these nodes in here, which are called energy source nodes. And we're looking to see which of these rooms has two of them that are really close to this other little dot here, this wider one, which is the kind of the control node for the room. So what you do is you build Screeps that will harvest energy, and then other Screeps you'll build will take that energy and level up your room by putting this energy into this upgrade node. And the best rooms are the ones that have these nodes close together, but they're really hard to find. Sometimes you'll find some that are pretty close. Other times they'll be far away, but it's kind of, there's a random enemy in that one. They're kind of difficult to locate though. And this one's pretty close, but you got all this swamp in the way, which means the Screeps will move slower in it. What I'm looking for is something more, well, it's similar, but there's only one node in that one. Only one energy source in that one. So I'm going to skip that one. Don't want to be anywhere near these guys for the moment. I probably have gone over it several times actually. I've been looking at this stuff for about 6 or 7 minutes even before I started the stream, so I've probably noticed it and just said, I'm just going to ignore it. This one's not too bad, but there's still quite a bit of room there. Come on, where are you? Well, this one's not too bad. It's only one energy node in it, and it's hooked up right up to one of these central ones here, which means you might get some enemy incursions into there, so I don't want to really start there. There's got to be one there somewhere, jeez. And they're randomly generated, so it's kind of, you know, a crapshoot, but this one's not too bad. There's only one in it, though. I want to get one with two. Maybe we'll just have to bite the bullet and pick one where it's a little bit further away. This one's actually pretty good, but there's, you know, all this room. You have to go to this distance. You have to travel to get to this upgrade node. But these two are close together, so that's not too bad. The reason I'm looking for one specifically that matches what... Like this one here, look at this one. So I wasn't worried about this or this. I would choose this one because it's like right next to it. The other one's way over here though, which is kind of annoying. There's not much swamp in that one though. This one would be good to start with if we wanted to not have to worry about getting attacked anytime soon, because you can only get to this room by going through this room, and then this room. Well, these rooms here, but you have to, or over here, I suppose. Yeah, it's true. Or this one. So it's pretty closed off from these guys anyway. And we got this other room over here that we can go to, but there are some. Actually, that's a bunch. No, yeah, that is an enemy. What the hell? Oh wow. This is one I had started before, I think. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Interesting. So this is like an example of a room that's actually running. Okay, all my code is in here too. Nice. Wasn't I guess it was the tutorial code that I got rid of. So I'd like to start from scratch if possible. Branch. Choose an active branch. How can I clear out the code? Let's see, invasion, world map, world, clickable. That still doesn't change my code though. I just want to like kind of reset the whole thing. I guess I could go delete the code from that place. Hey, let's go ahead and set up in this room. There we go. Oh wait, that's not the controller. That's a resource or something node. Never mind. Oops. That's not what we want. So we're looking for this actually grayed out node. Okay. The more wider ones are resources. I've forgotten about that. Okay, we're on the lookout again for another. This one's kind of close to all that swamp. I knew there was something fishy about that. Damn. I'm gonna recalibrate here and take a look at these again. Jeez, all this swamp in there. We'd have to build all kinds of roads. I mean, you could do that. It's just it would, it takes a lot of resources to do that, to maintain them as well. So you'd be spending more time doing that than expanding. I mean, this one's not too bad. It's right next to it, but it's a one source room. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's start with that one. So it's right next to the upgrade controller, so it'll be pretty easy to upgrade it. We'll go ahead and throw a spawn down here. Okay. Ah, come on. So actually what I want to do is I want to try and keep this code. just going to rename this. Well, let's copy it first. No. First of the single mouse click option. Alright, let's copy it. Now we can just like wipe everything out. Okay. So I'm just going to kill this guy if I can. Okay, so, like I mentioned, Scrapes is a game about coding, so we have to basically just code everything, really, from the ground up. We have to code how we want the spawners to work, we have to code how we want the Scrapes to approach things, etc., etc. So, the first thing we need to do is we need to actually spawn a creep. So you can do that a couple ways. You can actually, write code here, or you can do it from the console. If you do it from the console, you can only just create them. I guess you could also do certain things, but it wouldn't be very easy to do with a lot of different scrapes on the screen. So instead, we're going to go ahead and create some code here. Especially what we're going to do is we're going to create a... does this have to be inside or outside of the main? I'm going to go look at my code real quick. Scrapes testbed code. We want the one we just copied. Let's see. I'm gonna open all these in TextPad. Outside of the module exports loop. All right. Let's copy that real quick. So what we're doing now is we're going to essentially create a role class, I guess you call it. That'd be a role class that will control this spawner. So role spawner equals require. We're going to name require the file for the role class, or say instead of calling that, we're going to say spawner. I'm not going to say role.spawner. I'm just going to say spawner, and we'll do that. Damn it. Spawner. Alright, so it's going to throw out this error because spawner is an unknown module because I haven't created it yet. So we're going to create it, spawner. And I believe that we'll need to use... Okay, that's the one at the bottom, yeah. That's what I was looking for. So in this case, it'll be module exports spawner. Spawner. Oh, we need to do the... Yeah. A little bit different on this one. So, var spawner equals... Alright, so it gets rid of the errors. But you can see our spawner's not doing anything because we haven't told it what to do. So, if we look at the existing code I had, Should be a real spawner one here. What we're doing on here is we're saying, okay, we have different functions. We have a run function, spawn harvester, upgrader, all this other stuff. And we were calling all this from the main. And then essentially in the order of which we wanted to spawn creeps. So we wanted to spawn harvesters first, then etc. etc. Based on like the maximum the number that we had. So we wanted to define like a number of creeps we want to have at max for each type of creep, and then spawn a new one if we needed to. That's kind of it's kind of a very controlled way to go. At the same time, it's kind of hard because you are having to manage all these different classes and whatnot independently. So I want to try and do on this one, on this code that we're writing now, is to try and get away from this and more do something a little more balanced or a little more efficient or something like that. Just different from this. So for the spawner, what we're going to do is we're going to say if we have, so what do we have on here? It should be 300, okay. So we can spawn something with 3 parts. So we want to see the max number of parts we can spawn. So each part you can attach to a screep uses a certain amount of energy, I believe. I think it's 100 per part, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 100 per part. So, like for example, we can create a harvester with three parts on it: a work, a carry, and a move part. So, let's see. First of all, we want to see so var max parts. So function run. Let's make sure I'm a run function. Other way around. And then we're going to say spawn creep. I think the last one has to have a semicolon on it. Or no, just no, it does not, shouldn't have a comma on it, I think. But it doesn't have to have a semicolon. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the number of max parts we can have. So max parts equals, so if it is going to be 100 per part, like I think it is, then we can just say one thing we want to do is we want to pass through the spawner. So that we can get this specific spawner, because we're going to run this in a for loop to get all the spawners. So max parts, we want to get the amount of energy that this spawner has. Let me save this real quick. It's going to throw out an error because of that, but I believe that on the Visual Studio, I think I have a I think I downloaded something that actually does code hinting for screeps. So we have main, we have spawner. Well, it's not going to be called spawner anymore, so let's just get rid of all this. Basically, it's because I couldn't find it, so I couldn't delete it. And then I'm going to add the spawner.js. All right. Yeah. Okay. Spawner dot. Well, no. Crap. Maybe I didn't. Okay, this is where we're going to need to go to the Scrapes wiki thing. She will do a lot in this game. So I want to look up spawner. So I'm going to look up the energy that it has. Okay, done energy. That's all we need. Duh. Alright, yeah, this isn't going to be useful. If it's not going to be in there, then I don't really care about this. Alright, so max parts equals spawner dot energy. Oh, it comes up in here. Jesus. The energy divided by 100. So, if max parts is less than or equal to 3, now, let's see, how can we do a filter to find a particular role? Uh-huh. So we're in creeps. So creep.amber.roll. I'm just gonna copy this over. So if is less than 2. This is kind of doing what we were doing before in a slightly different way, but for now we're going to do it this way until I can figure out how I want to actually handle it. I just don't want to like do this kind of thing where I have like all this crap over in here. I'm going to try and internalize it into where it needs to be. So we need to create our need to figure out the notation for the memory assignment. That's not quite what I wanted either. Oh, here we go, tutorial. I think I want 4 actually. No, 5 maybe. Builder, harvester, upgrader, main. That's for hostile attacking. I think it's 4, that's the auto spawn. It's probably in the main JS. Okay, no, I did do that. Okay. I think it's a different notation for if you're doing it in the console, maybe. Alright, so So I want to do some other stuff too. Let me check that code again. Not sure if it's on... It's definitely on the builder one, so that's 3. Because there's a way to make the actual stuff say stuff, or like print out information if you want them to. Builder, here we go. Well, that's weird. How the hell do you put those in there? Creep.sane, that's what it is. Creep.memory.building false. Oh, for like a flag. Okay. That's what that is. So, what we want to do is we want to make it say, like if there's an issue, we want to say, okay, here's what happened, not enough energy, blah, 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 blah. What is that error? There's an error. Create creep res is not equal, okay. Yeah, so we want to save the output of the crate creep. So spawn state, I guess. Probably call it something a bit better than that, but alright, so spawn state equals spawner dot create creep. And we're gonna say for parts we're gonna say work, carry, and move. So each one of these represents a different kind of aspect of it. So a work node will allow it to do things faster. So like it'll allow it to harvest twice as fast, or build twice as fast, or upgrade twice as fast, etc. The carry node allows it to carry more stuff, and the move node allows it to move faster. Important things are that the more carry nodes you have, the slower it'll move. So the more move nodes you'll need to have to make it move a reasonable amount when it's actually a capacity. So there's some drawbacks to using either too many carry and not enough move. In this case, it's pretty balanced, just 3 node kind of thing here. So I'm not going to worry about the name. So I'm just going to use that as undefined. And then for the memory, we're going to say roll harvester. And that's all we really need, I think. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to say if at the bottom of this function, we're going to say if spawn state. If spawn state is not equal okay. And not underscore is string res. So is string okay, so we're looking to see if it's not okay and not a name, I guess. I think we're trying to see if it's a number. It's an integer. I'll go ahead and just leave it like this for now, and then if we run into the reason why I needed to do it the other way, I will add that back in. There's probably a good reason for it, I just can't remember at the moment. Now for this we're going to call spawner alert or something like that. I don't know. Spawn state. Now we're going to do another function called spawner We're going to say message and spawner. We're going to say spawner dot now specifically we're going to just handle 6. So if I know that makes no sense in terms of like what it should be, but again, we're going to handle whether or not it's that or that. It'll probably throw an error anyway, but we'll see. Say, cannot spawn not enough energy. Okay. To line 9, unidentified. Oh. Dastardly. The dastardly semicolon is missing. Spawner.energy. Does that have to be capital? Damn it, unexpected identifier. Doesn't tell you which one's the unexpected identifier though. Spawner. That's correct. Oh, actually, no. There's no F in this one. That's again a C++ for a second. Max parts. Var max parts. Maybe it's the max parts. So define them in here. On the off chance. Aha, that's what it was. Let's go ahead and clear this now. Alright. So we got our spawner thing here. Spawner code here. Now we have to do the harvester. Harvester. Var harvester equals require harvester. I need that module export again. So, this one's going to be called actually we'll call it get energy, I guess. So on these now, we have to tell the harvester what they need to be doing. So essentially, where they need to go to target something. If we look at, again, our existing code here. So we look at, to see if the... Or we did this on run, didn't we? Probably should do it on run. That'd be better, actually. So we look to see what the creep's carry capacity is and what they're carrying. And then if they don't have their full capacity, we tell them to go find energy. So what I'm doing here with this code is we're looking for any energy that's been dropped by a creep that's died or that's been killed. Then we're looking to see if it's in a harvesting state. Interesting. If not, then state moving. Which I don't really think we need, actually. I think I had that there so we could, like, have, I'm trying to remember what I was actually doing with that. And here they do that a bit differently. that part's the same. We're looking for sources that are not in range. There's also this new visualize path style, so you can actually show the pathing, actually, what they're doing in terms of the pathing. It's actually kind of interesting. Else, if they have full energy, then we're saying, okay, go deposit that energy somewhere, either an extension or a spawn. Extension first. Then if there's no targets in range, then move to that target. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cheap, and I'm just going to copy this code down. This is actually pretty efficient for right now, and this is really what we need. We don't need any bells or whistles yet, so just go ahead and take this out. We'll make a few minor changes, maybe. Okay. So if it's only 50, because that's only 200, then okay. Well, we'll just leave it as set to for 3 parts. We'll see what happens. It'd be interesting to see if we get any weird things happening with that. Yeah, it would make sense that work would be more, though, I guess. Alright, so creep energy capacity, for now, let's just take out this because we don't really need it. We don't have any extensions yet. That comes later. Alright, so we also have a... Wait, what? Harvester. Oh, because we didn't pass anything through. And also this. Okay, let's get rid of that. And now we need to put all this together to actually spawn stuff. So, again, let's just go take a look at the existing code we had for main. If I can friggin' find TextPad again. Where are you? There you are. And once again, we're not going to need all this code that we have in here, but again, we'll just kind of look at it and see. So we got all this, don't need that part, so I just want to, so this allows you to do multi-rooming, or at least that's what I was hoping. We won't use that for now. Nah, screw it, we'll put it in. Might as well start now. Alright, so we do that, then we loop through our creeps, we get the creep out, and then we see, I'm checking to make sure it's actually a valid object, and then we're doing stuff with it. Again, I'm going to be cheap and just copy this code over for the moment. Or wait, the spawner was done differently. Here we go. So I'm just going to grab this and we'll just modify it to what we need to use. Let's get rid of that. That's going to be our only creep for now. So spawner, don't care about towers. Get rid of that stuff. And really I don't care about this either. The thing I really care about is this last bit. So roll spawner.spawn harvester. So in this case, we just want to say spawner. Same with this harvester. Alright, let's see what we get here. So we got some errors. So spawner, spawn harvester. Because I called it what? Spawn creep. So spawn harvester. Yeah, looks like that's going to be probably the issue here. So it's less than or equal to 3. Let's see. Console.log. Max parts. Or maybe it's not even getting there. It's also possible. Okay, it is definitely getting there because it threw an error. Spawn 1. So it is getting to that point. Spawn creep spawner. I wonder if the naming conventions are throwing it off. So I'm calling spawner, and I'm calling the spawner object that we're pulling out spawner. So I mean, it's like, okay, we'll just call everything spawner, and nothing bad will happen. Passing spawner to spawner. No, yeah, I think we need to. Let's say R spawner. Oops. R harvester, not harvester. Okay, now we got something different happening. Arm creeps is not defined in spawner scripts. Oh, duh. Crap. Okay, so a monkey wrench to the glorious plans. Okay, var arm creeps. Alright, so we will modify this a bit. Alright, spawner alerts not defined. Well, that's interesting. Oh. No, it's still saying it's not defined. Spawn alert, spawner alert, spawner alert, spawn state, message, function. Oh, hey, there's our, we've got a builder. Interesting, so it's just a spawner alert. It's actually functioning otherwise. I didn't even pay attention. It's like, okay, we got another error. Nope, we got stuff actually happening. So now, as you can see, our harvester here is grabbing this energy from the source here, bringing it back over to the spawner, and unloading it. You can see the path there. That's kind of annoying, though. Spawner alert is not defined. Why you be notified? Tell me. Interesting things seem to have ground to a halt. I think it's because this is full. And so it's throwing some of the error this time. So I don't think it's from the I guess let's get rid of this because this is kind of annoying. Instead we'll just do a console sold out log. So we got 3, whatever that is. So spawner error 3. Error 3 name exists. Okay. So, I guess we will have to handle the names then. Okay, let's go ahead and pause this so we can get rid of that. I believe this one here is for the name, yeah. I wonder if there's a name generator or something with this. Interesting. Huh, that's also very interesting. Can create creep. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that then. So in this case it'll be harvester. Whoa. Harvester plus game.tick or game.time. There's one other, yeah, game.time.toString. Huh. So all right, there we go. All right, we've got a new harvester out here. Now you can see how there's a resource here. It's because it's dropped energy from that screep getting killed. So harvester 467382. So you can kind of see some of the information here. The owner, the name, position, its health, fatigue, and the time to live. So every screep can only live for a certain amount of time. And once that timer goes down, it dies, essentially. The fatigue also shows you, like, see how it says 0? The fatigue is like a counter or whatever that indicates how much time has to pass before it can move again. So the more it's carrying, or the more the more carry parts it has, the higher this will get when it moves, the more time it will take to actually start moving, depending on the number of move parts you have. Can only carry 50 energy right now. You can also view the memory for this object. So here we are again at 3. Now this is something else. What other things do we have that are it's printing the max parts? So max parts is equal to or less than 3. As long as harvesters is short. So it should do a spawn now. Well, maybe not. Let's see, what does this return? It should return, well, unless the memory is not cleared, then maybe it does show 2. That's interesting. It's actually printing out a... So it's printing out an array element. Do we need to have like a count or something? Let's see what the console says. was that? Not defined, of course. Arm creeps is defined as okay, so cur room find creeps, which is in the current game. So game.rooms.rm. Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to do in the console. Crap. That seems like it'd be pretty heavy to me, though, on resources. It's going to be a better way using the filter, but for some reason, when we're looking at that output, it's throwing out the actual array, not the size of it. Count by. So instead of filter, we need to use count by. So now we're getting an object instead of a whatever we're getting before. Oh. Maybe because I put it on the wrong spot. Still not, damn. Can't buy room.find my creeps memory.roll. .sum. Probably not using them correctly. Oh, wait, there we go. Something is happening now. Okay. Okay, cool, here we go. Damn, finally. So now we got our second creep here. Second harvester. So now they'll both harvest from this and take it back to the spawner, which shouldn't spawn anything now, because we defined we only want 2 harvesters. So when they finish now, they should correctly not do anything once this is filled again. They should correctly not do anything. I'm going to take all that console stuff out. So we're not cluttering it up. We'll leave the spawn state there. Okay, never mind. It's spawning another one, even though it shouldn't. Well, we got some issues there. Alright, let's see what's this returning. Okay. Right. This is an array, so it's 0 indexed. Derp. So, yeah. So this is right then. It's kind of weird that I would do that, but so, yeah, 3 then. So after these guys finish harvesting, they should stop. So what we're going to do now is we need to create some upgraders to upgrade our controller here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit pause for a second. Clear out the script here, clear out the console. And we're going to go and create the upgrader. So var our upgrader. So run function alright, so much in the same way that we did the harvester transferring things to energy to the spawn structure, we're going to do something similar but slightly different. I believe it's an actual, instead of transfer, it's going to be upgrade. If we look at our existing code here. We also need to make it able to, well, that's when we get containers. We're not going to have containers yet, so we don't need that. So we don't want it to be harvesting. So that could be an issue. We got three harvesters, and, well, actually you can get to it through these two spots here. It's got 5 points of contact, so that'll be fine. So once it is upgrading, move to, yeah, crypto upgrade controller. So I'm just going to grab all this, actually just all this. And we'll modify it over here. Alright, so if we are and upgrading, we don't need that bit, that's for something else added. Source container we don't need. Okay, so crypt.harvest source not in range, move to it. I don't care about the memory assignments, we don't have that stuff in there yet. So also harvest source error. Isn't this the exact same thing? Does not equal. Okay, so else. Oh, we just did that to change it to a mining, I see. So carrying it, so if we have maximum and not upgrading, we don't care about that. And we don't need this because we're going to have okay. There might be a problem with, well, actually this one was fine, so that one should be fine too. Well, we'll see. There's a small chance there'll be a problem with that. So if carry controller, if then move to it. Else if upgrade controller, creep room, air not in range. I don't care about that bit. So back down at the spawner now. And we're going to do the same thing. Actually, what we'll do is, so if this is only 200, that means we have another 50 we can do with each. So what we'll do is we'll add another carry and another move on these. So that should be an even 300. So I mean that these upgraders will take a bit longer to harvest their full carry capacity, but it'll also be able to upgrade the controller a bit faster. Well, I guess it's 1/2 dozen another. We could also do is just do a carry move, which would make it move faster. Let's try that first, and we'll see if that works out. Right. Upgraders, we'll say less than or equal to 1 because we only have 2 spots open. Okay. Then in main, oh, never mind, they are running. Crap. So that's one of our upgraders here. It doesn't have anything to do yet because we haven't added in our code to run it. That only pauses the console. It doesn't pause the thing, I forgot. Our upgrader dot run at crap creep. Oh wow, I totally fracked that up. Okay. Jesus. No clue what I was thinking. Yeah, let's just make this if statement to say it's running it, and yeah, it'll work perfectly. No. So we need to do upgrader. Our upgrader, if quick roll memory is upgrader. I did call it upgrader, I think. Oh, there's an error. Upgrader.run is not a function. I'm pretty sure it is a thing. So something else going on with that. Our upgrader run creep. Roll upgrader plus name. Crap. Upgrader, our upgrader. Oh, we forgot to do the module export. And that's what happens when you forget this little thing. Everything goes to hell. Upgrader. And of course I forgot to change all this stuff to upgrader. Should have probably just left it as creep, but there we go. Alright, so what'll happen now is that these guys will bring all their stuff down here, or spawning another upgrader. This guy will grab all of its stuff, and you can kind of see they're moving at about the same speed right now. Oh, I guess not. Oh yeah, there we go. They just took a while to kind of redo their pathing. I was gonna say I thought there was 5 5 points there. You can kind of see how the Screep's pathing is not really all too good. Yeah, see, now that's full, it's moving still at full speed. Whereas these guys move it like a... Yeah, I thought so. Crap. That's what I thought would happen. Because we told it at max to harvest. We need to set this to if... Alright, so while carry energy is 0. So that's why I put in the flags for what the state was, so that it would continue doing what it was doing, so that it wouldn't do this. So we'll need to kind of add that back in then. Damn. Okay. And this is why it's good to have the existing code. So I just want to say... memory.upgrading. So when we're creating these, though, we have to actually initialize that space. Oops, I want the spawner. Yeah, state. Crap. Okay. So let's go ahead and... So what I'll have to do now is I'll need to cancel out this so that it won't spawn any more upgraders when I kill these. Oh crap, I hit the wrong one. Oh well. Thinning out the herds, as it were. Okay, so role upgrader. Then we need to do another memory state, another memory property called state, and we'll just leave it blank for the moment on that. So over here, creep dot, or rather upgrader. It's not equal upgrading. Then do that. So now I'm going to do this once. So upgrading or upgrader memory dot state. Actually, let's not do an else. Well, well, no, yeah, this should still run, even if we put this down there. So else if memory state does not equal upgrading, then upgrader dot lowercase u. Then we're going to do another else if. We're going to say upgrader dot carry capacity, or carry dot energy, I guess. Carry dot energy. So if it equals 0 and the state is upgrading. Basically, we're going to reset the actually, no, it might be able to do this this way. I just want to see what happens if we do it this way really quick. So maybe we don't need to do all that after all. Alright, so I just want to spawn one of them though, so I don't have to kill off two of them. Alright, so this guy I'll harvest. That guy's time to live right out. So what I'm hoping it's going to do now is going to switch to upgrading, and then, well, it won't switch to upgrading. Ah, no, it didn't work. So, let's go back down to here. So here's the dilemma here. So we want this to only gather energy when it's 0, but we also want to continue until it's at max capacity. So maybe we say, instead of less than, we say is not equal to upgrade capacity. They still have the same issue though, because and the opposite will happen if we set this, then say, and then capacity energy or carry energy is 0. As soon as it's not 0, it'll flip down to this, and we'll just have it taking 1 back and forth. So we do need this memory state. So then here, if energy is 0, and obviously it will be upgrading because it will have fallen. If it falls down here, it's already going to be on upgrading. So we just need to set this to be nothing again. Alright. So let's see what happens with that. There we go. So now it's using all of its energy to upgrade. Well, eventually it'll use it all. So it's done, empty, and there we go. Took 1 extra tick, but that's fine. Alright, let's go back to the spawner and uncomment this, so we can spawn our other upgrader. So now, in order to get this to the next level, this room to the next level, we have to get 200 energy. So far we have 101. So now, as you upgrade your room, you can build new stuff, which you can do with a builder. We'll wait till we get to the next level, though, so we can build the containers. I think that's available in the next level. Roads available now. Or no, yeah, we can do a container now. You can kind of see how things are built. So, like, for example, room control level 8, you can build a nuke, you can build a power spawn, an observer. etc., etc. You can do walls, ramparts at room control level 2. Roads allow you to decrease your movement cost, so it makes the move parts more powerful, basically. So we're almost to the next room level here. That's indicated by this circular progress bar, if you will, chevron being filled in there. So now, after that first one, though, now it's 45k, so it goes up pretty progressively. So it's much harder to get to. It's much easier to go from 1 to 2 than or 0 to 1, or no, 1 to 2 than it is to go 2 to 3 or 3 to 4. It takes way more power to do that. Which is why you want a room that has more than one of these, usually. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make builders. What we'll do with the builders is we're going to build roads, but also containers, so that we can have these guys just continuously dumping energy into there, and then being able to use it from there. Or we can just have only our upgraders use it from there, and essentially keep them from harvesting here. So this will be open for other creeps. First, we're going to build our builders. So first, the thing we do is we're going to add them over here. So there, our builder equals require builder. Going to make our module. Module.exports equals builder. Alright, so builders are a little bit different. We'll also need to upgrade our harvesters or change the harvester code so that they'll drop it into the container if the spawner's full. So first of all, though, we need to go to our builder. Old builder here. So first we have to do, the thing we do is try to find construction sites. If we don't have a target, then find closest by path, find construction sites, target is null, find var container. Okay, so if there's no build targets, then var container equals structures, container, store energy. Okay, so these guys also have a harvesting mode as well. Fueling, building, moving, storing, all kinds of stuff. As you can see, the code's probably a lot larger than it needs to be. So, first thing, we will bring this over. This is fairly what we want it to do. So if there are no building targets, we want it to look for a container to store energy. Whoops, one of these should be a... Nope, put it on the wrong one. Alright. Ah, come on. So if we find a container, we want to move to it and store the energy if it's available. else. So if there is a target, then we want to have it go to there and start building. So, wait, maybe it doesn't have a harvesting. Fueling. That seems like it's not complete. Oh, safe fueling. Okay. So if memory building true and carry creep energy 0, fueling, safe fueling is start. Okay, so if creep memory building else. Okay, no, yeah, so it does. It interesting. So we'll need to update this then, because this is assuming container only energy collection. Doesn't actually harvest. So we'll need to do with this code then. I'm just going to bring it all over again and we'll just modify it. It's easier that way. And just bring it over bits and pieces. Okay, so we want to find construction site, that's fine. Container, if it finds a container, then we're going to say else. And then we're going to put our code to go harvest from an energy source. I don't really care about it saying anything at the moment. Instead of saying building, we're going to say state again. Otherwise, it's going to be nothing. State. Just kind of normalize how these are done. Building. Okay. Creep state. So creep memory dot target room equals undefined. Creep room dot name is not creep room dot memory there exit. So again, this is for a multi-room building. I'll leave it in there for now. So if building, so if not building, go to the closest container. Okay, so that's if there is a target. If not a target, then if there is a target. So actually, what we'll just say is if target. And I gotta change all the creeps to build. It's gonna be very annoying in this one because there's a crap ton of places to change. I think once we get the builders up and running, we'll switch over to Farming Simulator. So now I'm feeling like getting over to that now. Okay. So one thing we have to do in builder. What line? 65. Oh. That's why. It's annoying because I'm used to having to put in the closing brackets, but this does it automatically for you. Okay. So next what we want to do is we want to go to spawner and create our thing over here. So elsif. So again, we're just going to kind of copy what's there already. Memory role builder. And we're just going to say if it's and I think that should do just one. So there's that. Now, there was another one called target room. Let's make sure we include that. TRG room. Now for this one, we're going to have 2 carries, so it'll be slower, but carry more energy with it so it can do more stuff. Well, work is 100, isn't it? We need an extension. Well, we could build them, but we would need to have a builder to build it, so it's chicken and the egg situation. So target targ room, TRG room. I think I said. I think that's what I called it. No, I didn't. TARG room. There we go. So state and target room. Gotta make sure I change all that stuff so everything is still left open to cause any issues. Builder. Okay, then over here we need to add in our elsif. Alright, so we got a builder being built. We'll see what it does. Okay, here we go. So, builder is built. So you can see now this one has a carry of 100. So it's able to carry twice the amount of these guys are. But it'll move twice as slowly though once it's fully done. So one thing I'm noticing right away is that it's not doing anything. It should be going to harvest. So if target, else, I think I'm on the right. Oh, no, I'm not. There we go. Yeah, I was off by one level there. So it'll gather up all that stuff. We're also going to go ahead and do a construction project here. We're going to make some containers. I'm going to put them over here by where the... I'm going to put that one over there by where our guy is there. Alright, so now as you can see, it stopped harvesting because we need to tell it to not worry about the target if it doesn't have a full builder dot carry dot. Crap. Carry energy, yeah. So if target and builder carry energy is that and state okay, let's do it this way instead. If state is so if we have a target and we're at state building, which it shouldn't be yet. So there we go. It's going to go ahead and start harvesting more stuff for itself. And eventually it'll collect all of its stuff, and then it should then target over here because... No, it won't actually, will it? We haven't really told it what to do once it has a full... So we have a target, but we're not at building yet, and it'll never end up at building. So yeah, it's just continuing to harvest. So else, if builder dot carry dot energy is less than builder dot carry capacity, then do this. Else builder dot memory dot state equals building. Alright, so now we got some errors popping up now. So creep is not... Oh, we missed one. I bet. We missed one somewhere. Where are you? Those are all commented out, though. What line's it on? Oh, main, line 30. Main line 30. That can't be right. Error creep is not identified. Oh, builder 60. Or 15, rather. 15 character 60, I think. Ah, crap. Okay, no more errors, but it's still not doing its thing. Spine construction sites. So if builder memory state is building, I don't really need that because we're already doing that in the harvest section. So if builder memory state building, which it has to be because we're already in here, so we don't need this now. So if builder.room target room undefined, not undefined rather, else if it is undefined, let's see, where are we setting up the target room at? Really, that's all we're doing? We gotta be setting it up somewhere then. So, room claimer. It's gotta be in maybe helper? No. What about in spawner? So target room is current. Oh, okay, so we pass through to, well, let's stick to the claimer. What about to the builder? So maybe I was in the process of making my builders be able to build in other rooms. Because look at this builder here, doesn't have that in it. It has the state in the building, but no room, target room in it. So let's see. If we wanted to actually make that work, we would need to go see how we're handling that over here. Probably just whatever the current room is for the spawner that it's in, setting that as the current room. So if we look at our main real quick. So RM is the spawner, spawn creeps, room creeps. Okay, so we'll need to do some consoling here. Figure out where it's getting stuck at. So I'm pretty sure it's getting into here because it's not harvesting anymore, so that means it's in here. So if a room is undefined, which it is on this one, actually that's what it is. View memory. So how can I see? Actually, I know what this is. We're room W8N6. So actually, we should be able to put that in there. Ah, there we go. Our builder is moving. Slow as hell, but it's moving. So that's how you can, if you need to try something on the fly like that, that's how you can change the memory of an object that way. So as you can see now, it's got 2 work bits, so it's throwing a lot of its energy around at once. So it's doing 5 energy at once instead of just 1 like the others do. Alright, so now that we're done, so we need to be able to set it back to not building, which is currently not working apparently. So down here, so builder carry energy is greater than 0. Oh, but we have a target. Well, the memory state shouldn't be building anymore. Yeah, it's now empty, so that's right. But it's still not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Oh wait, wrong one. Alright, that's right. The problem's up here. So that should have put it back into there, and it did. So it should be falling into here, which it is. Oh. Builder. There we go. Little hiccup there. Alright, so now it'll grab all of its stuff. Refill its energy here. You know, let's go ahead and increase this to 1. We'll make 2 builders. That way we'll get this done a little bit faster. Damn, this thing's back to doing that again. So, it stays building and carry energy equals 0. Let's see. The issue is actually something else. This should be fine. The problem's up here. So if builder state is building and builder carry energy is 0, then set the state to that. The problem is that it seems to be maxing out, firing off, and then coming back for some reason. So if target array, if carry energy, this is something else. So that should only be firing when this isn't true, and this should always be true while energy is not 0. That is kind of interesting. So state is false. Oh, that's interesting. Why is state? Some of our settings, it's a false still in the state. Oh, there is a... I didn't know there was a find feature. There's only like 4 places it's called though. We're not setting it to Boolean anywhere. It's kind of interesting. So if we have a valid target and state is building, it's only building when carry energy equals capacity. So that's fine. Yes, that's what I thought. It's not because of that. There's something up here screwing around with it. Let's also get rid of the other console logging. Alright, so now we just got that showing up. So we have that. And I want to see what the state is as well. Okay, building. Building, building, building. So false, false. So those are always false. Whoa, okay. Why? Why the hell is this false for? I think we need to add a little bit of extra, let's see, outer. Just trying to get a little too much information there to track it properly. Okay, outer state, false, false, false. Building, true. So where the hell are we getting this set to false down here? Not false, but... Well, no, yeah, it says false again. It is saying false. It should just be empty, not false. So let me see, maybe we need to fix the memory or something here. Now it's getting set to false again. Crap, I hate it when this happens. So then you gotta kind of run down where the hell it's happening at. It's not here, so all we're doing here is just calling the run. It's in this builder code somewhere. Memory state equals building. Carry entry is 0, then state equals nothing. That's fine. Else state building. And it's only two places we're setting the state at, so I'm not sure where the nulls or the false is coming from. Well, this is taking forever. Just noticing that the stream is way behind where I'm actually at. Alright, so... yeah, state nothing. Somehow there's some sort of issue with the code somewhere. Somehow. I just don't see where it is. That's the problem. Is that it? No. So technically it should have caused an issue. Oh, crap. Oh, nope, that was it. Holy crap. One missing equal sign. That is the story of programming. You just have like one little frack up somewhere, and it's like, where is this damn thing? And it's like, oh, 20 minutes to find one missing equal sign. All right, that should be a little more. So yeah, that'll take a little bit of time to finish. So this is the problem with having all these creeps out, is that now every slot is being blocked, so they have to wait to start harvesting. And also it's kind of annoying because this builder can just sit there and, I mean, it's good for the builder because it can sit there and just harvest, build, but at the same time other creeps have to then wait their turn with these other slots. Which is why I want to move the upgraders to only pulling out of these containers once they're built. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch gears over to Farming Simulator for a bit. I'm going to go ahead and close down the stream, then reopen it so I can rename everything and essentially get it started on a new stream. This should save automatically when I close it. So that should be fine. Close that, and I'll need to get some things set up. Actually, I think I'll just do a full screen so I won't be able to see the chats. But I was playing Gold Rush yesterday, I think, window mode, and it's nearly impossible to actually do any digging with the excavators when you have it in window mode because the mouse keeps on going past the edge of the screen. So I think this is going to be kind of a similar situation. So. I'm going to do it as a full screen instead of a window. Anyway, I will be right back.